everyone, in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I made this thumbnail using Canva and Phonto on my iPhone for free. So let's get right into the video. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up Canva, and at the top search bar, you're going to search YouTube thumbnail and scroll until you find the blank option that has a plus sign. Then you are going to click on elements and you're going to scroll down to the bottom until you find the option that says grids. You're going to click see all and you're going to scroll until you find the option with 4 grids that are vertical. And then you are going to click where it says spacing and you're going to put the grid spacing down to 0. Then from there, you're going to click on camera roll and you're going to select the image that you would like to go in each grid and drag it into each of the grids. And you're going to do that for each of the photos. Then from there, once you have all the photos in the grid, you are going to double tap on each of the grids and you are going to adjust it if you need to. So you're just going to watch me adjust a couple here. Then from there, you're going to click download, make sure it's as a PNG, and you're going to download it to your camera roll. Then from here, we're going to go into the app Phonto. You're going to click the camera button at the bottom, click on photo albums, and then you're going to click on the image that we just made in Canva and you're going to click done. Then from here, you're going to exit out of Phonto and you're going to go into your search engine. I'm using Safari and we're going to search dafont.com. Once you search that, at the top, you're going to see a search bar and you are going to click on it and you're going to search the font El-Fatso and you're going to click search. It's going to be this font right here. You're going to click on the font. There's going to be a download button. You're going to click on that and then you're going to click download. Then you're going to go back to the search bar and you're going to search another font and it is called Lemon Fruit. You're going to search it. You are going to click on the font, you're going to click download, and then you're going to see a little button in the corner that will bring you to your downloads. I'll have it circled, and then you're going to click on that, and you're going to see another option that says downloads. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to click on each of the fonts. It'll bring you to your files where you're going to hold down on the font. You're going to select Phonto and you're going to install it in Phonto. Then you're going to do the same thing again. Click on the lemon fruit font, hold down on it, click share, click on where it says Phonto, and you're going to click install. Mine are already installed, so that's why I didn't have to install it. Then from here, you're going to go back into Phonto and you're going to click anywhere on the screen and it's going to say add text and you're going to type in whatever text that you want for your thumbnail. For this thumbnail, I am typing in 5K celebration vlog. You're going to make sure you're on my fonts and you're going to scroll until you find the El-Fatso font that we saved from earlier. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it'll be in the description below and it's also on the screen. But from here, you are going to click move and you're going to center it and you're going to size it down. Yours might be different than mine based on what your thumbnail is saying, but this is just for the example. Then from here, you're going to click on style and we're going to click on text and you're going to click that pink color right there or any color of your choice. Then we're going to click on stroke, click on white, and we're putting our stroke to about 10. And then we're going to go to style, click on where it says shadow, and then put the alpha all the way to 100. So now I have pink letters with a white border outline and a shadow behind it. And this is how it will look, and I'm just centering it at the bottom. So from here, you're going to click anywhere on the screen again and click add text. And I'm just typing in different words for each image. So I'm typing in film and then you're going to go to fonts and you're going to click that lemon fruit font that we saved from dafont.com. And from here, you're going to go to style and you are going to turn it into white and you're going to add the shadow to 100%. And then I'm just trying to put it underneath the camera and we're going to curve it. So you're going to click on where it says curve and you're just going to curve it to as much as you like or whatever fits your images. A lot of this is going to be trial and error because it's going to be different based on the thumbnail you're doing. But for this example, I want the word to curve around the camera. So I'm just clicking between the size, the tilt, the move, and the curve button. And you're just going to watch me do that so that I can get it to where I think it looks best. And I want it small enough where it's in that image, but still curved around the camera. Once you get it the way that you would like it to look, you're going to zoom out, you're going to click on the text, you're going to scroll, and you're going to click the duplicate button, and then you're going to move it to the next image. And for this one, I'm going to type in nails. So I'm going to click text and I'm going to type in nails. And now I want it to curve around her fingers. So you're just going to watch me click curve, and I'm just going to curve it in the opposite direction. And I'm going to click tilt, and I'm going to tilt it so that it's matching where her fingers are. And again, you're going to just watch me play around with it until I get it the way that I would like it to look. Once I'm done with that one, we're going to do the exact same steps again. You're going to click on the text, you're going to scroll, you're going to duplicate it, and you're going to do the exact same thing. So now I'm going to curve it around this glass cup, and I'm going to put the word cheers, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to curve it, tilt it, and size it to match where the cup is. So in yours, you're obviously not going to have the exact same images in every single thumbnail. So you just want to find areas of your thumbnail that you think would be cute to curve, and you're going to do the same thing. You don't even have to curve them if you don't want. You can just put them anywhere, but I thought it looked good like this. The last one we're going to do is party, and we're going to do the exact same steps again. And once you have that one the way that you would like it to look, you are going to be finished with the thumbnail. You're going to click at the bottom and you're going to click save image. And this will be the final thumbnail, guys.